Sitting around there for a quick one.
Age-old question here. Well, maybe it's not age-old, but it's certainly an interesting question. Today, we're going to have a MC protocol talk, and the talk is going to be concerning something that's been going around on the set. Even since when I started spreading chapters of the Mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation long time ago, we used to wonder, is your motorcycle club considered a new motorcycle club? What defines a new motorcycle club and how you're going to be treated on the set? So like on the set, there's different ideas, different treatments, different categories, different perks that you get depending on how old you are as a motorcycle club. And the question is, what constitutes a new motorcycle club? Like if your motorcycle club is 20 years old, should you be treated like a new motorcycle club when you come to a new city? Or are you treated like a 20-year-old motorcycle club and given all of the respect and stuff those guys get? So we're going to be looking at that this morning and what constitutes a new motorcycle club. Just a quick MC protocol talk. So I hope to see you guys back in 1 minute and 7 seconds right after our brief introduction. Hey, man, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate having you guys as always since 2016.
Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Started the Navy and hit this key, revving Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for the best from the Mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the Mighty Black Sabbath MC. Where he paid his dues and he earned his stripes for the prospect all the way up to national peace. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters, there have been many, but there's only one larger than life. Black Michael with the cowboy hat, the nose kung fu and says kick Kenny. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol.
Welcome to Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be, here with my man and co-host,
Lavish T. Williams.
Unbeatable.
We are unbeatable.
Storm is coming.
Yeah, what's up, man? What's up?
Oh man, I can't call it, man. What's going on, man? What's going on today?
Well, we have a light news day as always. We always get these light news days. We get like 5 days of motorcycle clubs blowing up all over the country, and then crickets. You know, it's just like, which I'm glad. You know, I'm glad for the crickets. We don't need anybody else facing federal racketeering charges.
No, not at all.
Murdering prospects, and you know, motorcycle clubs are scary. Like, you shouldn't have to be worried about getting killed from your own MC. We need to do that one time.
That's a real badass bikers.
Kills you. We need to do the 10 things that'll make your own MC kill you.
Who's going to tell the story though? Half of them are dead. The other half possibly gone away. And then the few that made it, they're not going to speak on it. So who
Ryan
we had to
Davidson.
tell the stories?
I don't know, man. We'll have to make it up. Lavish,
Right.
have you been riding in the last couple of days? Says Ryan Davidson.
No, the most I done was start my bike up though. I did start it up, but I haven't actually pulled it out the garage. I didn't, some of the guys around here they caught a little itch with the change of the weather, seeing that it's still cold, but it's kind of warm to us around here right now. But no, I didn't take the bike out, man. I've been busy for one, and then two, if I wasn't busy, would I have possibly considered taking it out? I'm going to be honest with you. I probably would have. I probably would have said I was going to ride around the corner, and then riding around the corner would have led me to go a little further out the neighborhood. Then next thing you know, I'm probably meeting up with a couple other guys that had the same thought and feeling to say, "Hey, let's just take it out for a hot second." But to answer your question, nope, I haven't.
Hey, man, I got this brand new blood glucose monitor. The listen, you people, if you got diabetes and stuff, you need to. Somebody told me the other day, Dragon, you used to do your diabetes check every morning, and you stopped doing that. And I did used to do that every day, so I need to maybe get back on that so people can see. You got to stay up with this stuff, man. If you want to live, you got to stay up. So this is the newest diabetes monitor thingy mabob here,
That's a
and
digital. That's a digital thing.
yeah, it just shows you your blood sugar at like right on your phone, like at all time. You just look. I wonder what this piece of fruit's going to do to my blood. And you can watch it
Mm.
just shoot right up or go down or stay stable. So it really helps in diabetes management. I used to prick my finger every morning on the show so that people out there watching me could know what it's like, and if I can do it, anybody can. So that was a cool thing. Dexcom G7 for me, says Obi Joe. That's what I got. Well, what is mine? Yeah, the new Dexcom G7. There it is. The reason you can see through it is because it's green. So we got a green screen, and you can see through it. That's interesting. I didn't know that would work like
It
that. But
looks like a
yeah,
cool effect, though.
yeah, it's a cool effect, man. It's a real cool effect. But yeah, Dexcom G7. You won't be able to read it because it's clear. Yeah, there you go. But anyway, hey, man, here's a question. What
All right.
constitutes a new motorcycle club, man?
So now when
On
you
the
when you
set.
say
So,
that,
so, so let me build this up. So when you're coming onto the set into a new city, and your motorcycle club just gets there, if you're an old motorcycle club in a city, there's a lot that you get granted in terms of treatment, grandfathered in things, all kinds of cool stuff happens to a motorcycle club that is considered an OG club on the set. But when you walk into town with your 53-year-old motorcycle club and somebody's telling you some shit like you can't have a party for a year and all kinds of craziness that they do to these brand new clubs, you're going to have to wear a support patch, all kinds of stuff. But what constitutes a new club in a city? Is a new club any club that just gets there, or is a new club a club that's a certain amount of years old? And I was wondering what you thought about that.
you know, I guess it depends on the people and how they take to it, and then also, and I guess I let me go back. Let me retract that because I don't want to jump fast forwarding. You have a lot of clubs that's out here, mainstream, underground, around, who are known in a particular area, and that's just that. They're not known anywhere else. So when you get these guys that venture off into unknown territories, more so by somebody from that territory, seeing the club, liking the way they move, and say, "Hey, I want to, start a chapter of your club in my city. Well, unless people are moving around like a lot of people are doing now, traveling, they will be unaware of that club. So they will feel as if this club is new as the club that started. Um, Now, when you go to certain cities and you want to start a club, how they might perceive you might vary. And I'm only speaking from what I see, what I've seen, what I've experienced. You take certain clubs, you get some people that get excited when a new club comes to their town. Um, and then you get other clubs that's not happy about, a club coming to their city or their town. And when they get there, you get some guys that feel like this is a new club, not knowing the history of this club. And some of these clubs that pop up, um, they might not be new at all. It's just new to you, new to your city. And a lot of times it's new to people because again, they don't travel, they don't get out, they don't get to see these clubs. And when you're riding your motorcycle, you're going to all types of parties and events all over the country, you start paying attention to who's who, and you realize, oh yeah, that club, I seen that club. That club's been around for a while. Blah 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 blah. While the mass majority is still trying to figure out who are you. So I think it's just a matter of who's looking at the club to say who's new or not. Now, on the flip side of things, I've seen things where you have a club that a lot of people can say, hey, they've been around for a while, and they came to this city, and they still treat them like new clubs. I've watched, I've watched outlaw clubs come to cities, and the city that they come to do not recognize them as an outlaw club. It's kind of one of those slippery slopes. But when you get a majority
I,
of the mass number of
I've
clubs,
seen that too. I've seen that.
okay, because I was gonna tread light on it because I was like, I don't know if other people seen that or experienced that, but I've witnessed that where I know that they're outlaws. I've seen that they're outlaw clubs. I've seen that they've been around in other cities as outlaws, and you have, I want to say half of the people in the new city that they're coming to knows that. But you get the majority of the clubs come together and they say we're not recognizing them as outlaws. Take that shit somewhere else.
Well, and
And
you know
then
why? You know why some of that is because of the
they
dudes
don't
that they
want them there.
well, or the dudes they choose to put in their cuts weren't particularly necessarily the most outlaw cats around here when they were in their 99s. So now they've gone off to a different city and come back with a 1% club, and you're like, not that guy. We're not. He couldn't
Yeah,
even.
not that guy, man.
His wife wouldn't even let him ride when he was 99. uh,
Yeah, I've I've seen it, man, and it's some interesting stuff, man. Needless to say, man, and you get some of the guys that make a fuss about it, and you get the other guys that say, "Well, fuck all of y'all," and they just do them.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
I've,
So
I've seen it. But what makes you? Does that does that make you a new club, or does that make you a new club in that city? Because you're coming to that city. Are you classified as a new club, or are you classified as, hey, they're here? This club is now in this city or in this state.
well, I think a couple of things uh, will. So if you're a 1% club, you almost don't have any trouble, at least from the 99s. Now, the 1%ers will scrabble it out. We're not letting that 1% club in here. Or I have, like you said, I've seen like the whole set be like, no, not them. But if you have a 99 or a traditional MC, a lot of it is going to depend on how well you're known. So, like, look at a club like New Breed or Rare Breed, for instance, or Kings of the South, something like that. These bigger kinds of clubs. once they start going, once your reputation is big, I think you have an easier time dropping your club in a new city than a club that's like, okay, they're trying to get their first five out to a new, to be a national, you need to have five clubs in five states. So now they're on just club number three. They may have a way tougher time than a club that's got chapters all across the country already. So a lot of it is how well
No,
do people know
I
you?
can see that. I can see that. I think when you're a bigger club, from the outside looking in, I think when you're a bigger club like that, and you're moving with numbers, and people are liking your parties, and they liking the vibes, and you bike well with others. Yeah, I think that it might be a lot easier than one of these smaller clubs coming to a city, because some cities might feel like, oh shit, not another new club.
So cut off one percenter states something that I have seen and seen and seen. Some of the white outlaw clubs don't want to recognize down here in the South, but won't have a choice. And that's that right there is something that I've seen, especially between the black outlaw and the white outlaw clubs. And the black outlaw clubs eventually have to just put that foot down to get the respect that they're looking for. And I've seen that. I've sat on the sidelines and seen that. And as see, it's it's so different than when I started spreading my club across the country in 2008. And actually, I spread my first chapters in 2000. So between 2000 and 2008, when I made up the decision that we were going to just go nationwide, it was so much different because you didn't have black outlaw clubs. See, now when you want to go somewhere and you're a mostly black club, so you have mixed race clubs, but they really go by what most of your folks are. So a mostly black club is going to be handled by the black dominance. It wasn't always like that. You would go someplace and you would be in a city where you'd be the only black motorcycle club or the only mixed race, mostly black motorcycle club. And now you're dealing, especially as I was coming across from California and bringing my club east, you'd be dealing with motorcycle clubs that you'd be dealing with white one percenters that had no idea really about black clubs or how they got down. And that's so different now. We're looking 20 years later, you have black dominance just about everywhere. But they've had a problem. I watched the black dominance as they were spreading, the black diamond clubs as they were beginning to spread. And they had all kinds of interesting things. Like if you were coming from California and you were a black club, you were coming across the country in a one-piece patch. And over here on the East Coast, one-piece patches were not seen as anything other than riding clubs. And so you're a one percenter walking around, or you're an outlaw club walking around with a one-piece patch. There were so few of those on the white bike set. There were some, but they're very few and far between. So first of all, the whole nomenclature, if you had a diamond, but it didn't have a one percenter in it, you were seen as an outlaw club and not a 1% club. All these things were going on. And then you'd be a club like mine. We had a heart patch, but it didn't have a diamond in it. And so not only was it difficult to be seen as an old club that nobody knew you, because we were 30 years old when I started spreading the Black Sabbath. We were already 30 years old, so nobody knew us. Nobody had heard of us before. And our setup, our patch setup was crazy, like a big ass one-piece patch, as big as your entire back. People on the East Coast were looking at that like, what the hell are y'all? Are y'all a riding club, or you got a one-piece patch? And most people don't understand the history of patches, which you can learn in my new book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, that you can get on Amazon. Not on Amazon yet, but that you can get on at blackdragonsgear.com. Let me not forget that shameless plug. But when you were trying to get all those things figured out, and then now they want to throw you're a brand new club on, and you got to do this brand new club stuff. Like you can't come in here unless you put a support patch on, or you can't throw a party for a year, or you got to do all of these kinds of things that they have set up for new clubs. It was very interesting making that happen. On two says, when I was prez for Mixed Breed Arizona, we didn't ask any permission. We came and pretty much said, we're here and we ain't leaving. We were an OMC though. That is about the way that it happened. That's the way that we started out across the country. That's how we did it 20 years ago when I was doing it, 2008, 2009. It wasn't particularly that we stepped in and said, here we are, there's nothing you can do about it. We just used what was MC protocol at the time, which was, hey, we're just letting you know that we're here, which was how you did it back then. It was before you had all of these things that you see now. That's a little bit more difficult for clubs to do, even OMCs. And this idea that OMCs walk into a city and do whatever the hell they want, that's not really necessarily true. I've seen it work very bad for them. Eventually, they're going to come to a table, and people think that OMCs and 1% clubs don't get blessings. They absolutely do. Or they absolutely go sit down at a table somewhere if they want to not have a war. Go ahead.
No. I've seen it. I've seen it where it didn't, it didn't go as planned. And even before, I'm gonna say, even before this whole truce thing, man, when you had some people that would think that they're gonna pop up in a town before that public truce, those guys will still come together. Even if it's only for that particular reason, they will come together and unify amongst
They're
each
gonna
other.
get to a table. They're gonna get to a table somewhere and get
Yes.
some stuff figured out. And so that's something that's really never really talked about. But people don't even understand that. Not even 1%ers just particularly just go step in a town and be like, yeah, we're here, MF. What you gonna do about it? They can do that,
No, I
but
was gonna say on the flip side, I've seen it go. I've seen it go. I've seen it go both ways.
yeah.
I've seen it go both ways where they stepped in and, hey, I want to deal with whatever comes with it.
I'll never forget one club I won't mention, but down in if I say the city, people will know. But I'll never forget one club that announced to everybody they broke off from a major 1% club and became a big 1% club for a while. And they stepped into town and we're going to do whatever we want, blah, blah, blah. And after many, many incidents, even where one of their presidents went to prison forever and ever and ever. And so what happened was eventually, like that, you don't even see that club anymore. So you can come in a tough way, but can you survive the wars that you create? When I've seen other clubs, like some 1% clubs, get their diamonds given to them from other 1% clubs. So there's a whole bunch that goes on, but most folks that come into a town make some sort of an agreement with somebody that's already there, and that's MC protocol. I mean, it's set up to keep alpha men from killing each other, which can happen if you're not doing things. Tasha over there in Portugal asks us a quick question: is there any place where dominants don't exist? If so, the dominant is the bigger club in that place, and if some outlaw comes and has to ask permission or just invades. Yeah, so we see it all over here, but most of the time, if you want to come in peace, you're going to sit down at a table somewhere if you're on the dominant side, or whatever your motorcycle club is. Go ahead. Lavish.
No, I was just listening to that. Listening to the. You read that.
War
Read
Gorilla
that
says,
comment.
here in Vegas on the black set, you're not coming here without checking at the table, or the table is going to come check on you. I've been in Vegas We almost started a Black Sabbath chapter there in Vegas, but the guy never did make it happen. But there was back when I went, there was like the last time I was there was like this on the black set. There was like this street, this like main street, and it had like 5 or 6 motorcycle clubhouses, like all on that one main street. And I forget, it was so many years. It was like maybe 2011, but like all the clubs were there, and it was very, very small and very regulated there. I remember that, War Gorilla. By the way, War Gorilla, I took a look at that that RV you were wanting to buy. I like that RV, man. So give me a call. Let's talk about it. You speak of MC Protocol, but
That's
then
going to be a long conversation.
it is. It's a 2017 though. It's pretty nice.
Oh, that's pretty new.
Yeah. You speak of MC Protocol, but then a council is put in a state. Then an OMC behind the scene is dictating what really happens. But where is that? You speak of MC Protocol. What? I don't understand how I speak of anything different than that. You speak of MC Protocol, but that is MC Protocol. Then a council is put in the state. Then an OMC is behind the scene dictating what really happens. Like, yeah, that happens. Like that's almost in all of those coalitions. There are very few that I know of where the 99%ers are just absolutely unmolested and make their own decisions about everything that's going on. There's a dominant somewhere claiming a dominant status, and they're going to have some say on the board. Even if it's just a little say, they're going to have some say on the board. So that's what's happening these days on motorcycle club sets. And you know, another thing I talk about is MC Protocol is dynamic. It's fluid. It changes. It's not the same as it was 20. I don't know if I could have made Black Sabbath as big as I made Black Sabbath today as we did 20 years ago. It was a much different environment. There weren't 400 clubs in every city. So I
don't know, man. I think that politically, man, so you don't get any backlashes. I don't think we could have made the Black Sabbath collectively as a whole, as a club.
Say that again.
I say the better way of probably saying that is to say, as a club versus
they get mad at me when I say stuff like that. They always did, and I just. We did make Black Sabbath, but there was one motherfucker on a motorcycle going across the country putting that shit together. And so I just want to say that for those who get mad at me when I say that. But you're right. The club is about we, not I. Let's see. What's up, War Gorilla, checking in? Good to see you, man. On twos, we did it. We did sit down with Sin City Outcasts and Soul Brothers, just pretty much said that exactly. Here we are. We're not trying to cause no problems. But if there is one, we will deal with it. If there is a problem, we will deal with it accordingly. Yeah, that's how you did it back then. Jack Reese, don't do that to me, Jack. Don't do that to me, Jack Reese. Don't do that. I see you. I see you trying to start trouble out there. Don't do that. Wow, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, Jack. I'm not messing with you this morning. I opened 2 chapters in Vegas. Not an easy town. Yeah, Mike Ball. Hey, Mike, what's up, man? Mike. You know, the interesting thing about young Mike Ball at 28 years old, or is he 29 yet? The interesting thing about young Mike Ball, Mike, you got a birthday coming up in 2 months. Interesting thing about Mike Ball is that he, as a very young man, went over to not Portugal, but Brazil. He went to Brazil.
Hey, all right. So listen, check this out, Black Dragon. I'm going to chime back in if you're still on. I got to do a parking lot assessment for a new place of business that needs my towing services. So I'm
what do you got to say? Parking lot. You can just look at it and be like, okay, yeah, I'll take the job.
No. You got to see their needs. I'll get back with you in a second.
All right.
Hey, how's it going?
See their
I'm
needs, young man. That guy's hustling now. He's got a whole new parking lot to steal cars from. It's a horrible job. I wish I was a little younger. I'd be out there with his ass. Hey, yeah, we'll take your parking lot and every car that ain't in it. We're booting them suckers and throwing them away. Well, as I was saying about Mike Ball went over to Brazil, and he got a motorcycle club nation, a big, huge motorcycle club over there in Brazil, and he brought it back to America with his OG and a couple other folks. He didn't do it alone, but he damn sure did it, and he has a lot of experience. And once they got it here, they took it all over the place: Florida, California, and I guess Vegas as well, Nevada. So, he did that damn thing. Mike Ball is going to be 29th. He's 29 years old, and he's going to be the big 3-0 April the 11th. And I'll be the big 3-0 April the 4th, man. So we're going to celebrate that month. My brother cut off. Good to see you. Todd J, let's go. Freedom and Unity family. War Gorilla, good morning. Hope you're doing all right. Okay. So, Proc, hello, everyone. Thanks for the birthday wishes on Monday. I hope you are all having a great week. You had a birthday, Foxy? Wow. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Foxy. Foxy is the general manager of the PROC, the motorcycle professional convention, and we talk about her all the time. She is really an amazing lady, and for the things that she's been doing. Somebody accused her not long ago of not being in a motorcycle club. It made me sick. The lies people tell out there. Marcel Tillman. I mean, Big Sil. Sorry. Anyway, moving on. It is an interesting thing, and I think it just depends on how big your motorcycle club is and how you get down, how you hold yourself as to whether or not you're going to be treated like a new club on the set when you get there. It's all about relationships, who you know, who you've hung out with. Bringing a new club to a new city, or bringing a chapter of another club to a new city, is very, very interesting. It's dynamic. It's full of challenges. It's something that you can make happen. But here's the thing. Nobody wants to see a new motorcycle club in their city. For whatever the reason, very few people are like, oh, yeah, it's good to have you. Come on, join in. We'll throw a party for you. I mean, if you have clubs that are like brother clubs that you deal with across the country, then you might get that kind of treatment. If you have clubs that, like if your club is strong in San Diego, and you've got a lot of friends and everything in San Diego that are from clubs on the East Coast, now you know somebody. It's easier to move across the country that way. But if you don't, it's a little bit more difficult. And a lot of guys ask me, okay, well, how many clubs do you need to have to be called a national club? You need 5 clubs in 5 states. Okay, well, how do we get to the next state? And another thing you have to be careful about is you got to really be careful about who you're bringing into your motorcycle club. It is so, you want to grow, and you want to grow so bad. It's so easy to take the fruit. You see somebody's club breaking up, and now you have an opportunity to pick up 10 new chapters. And it's just so easy to want to go pick up those 10 new chapters. It's so easy to want to do that. But are those guys good for your club? You just don't know. You don't know, and you should take the time to find out. You should take the time to make sure that these are the right people for you. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, you get to realize that you took on somebody else's trouble. And here Tasha says it right here, 10 new chapters, 10 new problems. No, it's if each chapter had 20 people in it, that's 200 new problems. So anyway, wanted to talk about that with you guys this morning, get some of your input, some of your feedback. What is a new club? It really depends on the city that you're in and what they see as the protocol for that city. There's a lot of things that they will do for clubs that they respect versus clubs that they're trying to vet. And if you are a new club, or they treat you like a new club, there's all kinds of stuff that they're not going to let you do or allow you to do. You're going to run into trouble with some of these things. So it's an interesting thing. But I will say this. You absolutely have to continue to try. It's worth trying if you want to grow your club and make it bigger. Now, growing a club and making it bigger comes with just so many disastrous things. Like, it's not going to be the same club that you have 65 chapters from now. If you've got a small motorcycle club and you like everything that's going on in it, the minute you bring all these people into your club, you are going to change the dynamic of that club forever. And you may lose control of that club if you're in control of it. There's going to be some smooth talking son of a bitch that hasn't done anything but has the ability to make himself look like he can do anything, everything. And he will come in, or she will come in, if you're a female club or whatever the case may be. And when you decide that you're going to spread your club and make it huge, eventually you're going to lose control of it, over it. Somebody's going to snatch it out from underneath you. So you have to be careful with who you're bringing into it, man. You got to be so careful with the kinds of people that you're bringing into it. I always like to recruit not off the set. I like to recruit people that don't have any experience with the set, if I can have it. 4 quarters over 100 pennies any day, says OB Joe. I mean, that is that's it. Cut off 1%er. You said a mouthful. Quality over quantity. So it is. But it's so alluring. Quantity is alluring. Because in the motorcycle club world, viden y bitra, bigger is better. It's wider is better, bigger is better. And we look at those numbers like, oh my goodness, okay, we got 400 bros behind us. But 400 bros might really be just 30 bros when the shit hits the fan. So these are the things you got to think about. Ferd Murray said bigger isn't always better, but we look at it that way, especially on the motorcycle club set, because your motorcycle clubs are kind of like, the bigger your group of bros behind you, the stronger you may appear to be. But, appearances aren't everything. And we're seeing that a lot, man. We're seeing that a lot in all these clubs that are getting these RICO charges. You see in these clubs, these dudes that are making these deals to talk with the cops. They're making these deals to be state's witnesses and all these kinds of things. What happened to the strength of the brotherhood? The strength of the brotherhood disappears when you're facing those crazy ass charges. For time, like they're passing out time, like it's candy. They're passing out time like you got a lot of it, when you really don't really, you got 60, 70 years as an average out here. And when you're 30 and they're talking about putting you in jail for 60 years, that's when things get crazy, man. So You you have to, in this day and age, you really have to buckle down and work harder to determine how big. It's more challenging. And I will tell you this: the old outlaw clubs of yesteryear and the old MCs, they were small. They kept it kind of small and tight and compact. It's hard to keep a secret if all these people are in your club. Uh, and it wasn't so much about everything was how much money can we make to do this, how much money can we make to do that. It wasn't really about all of that. It was more about the principles. It wasn't until the 70s that motorcycle clubs started making money, especially when those that started moving dope and stuff like that, as all those guys were returning from the Vietnam War, and so the drug trade started to hit the motorcycle clubs. It wasn't until biker clubs started making money that you saw this expansionism, the expansionism of motorcycle clubs, especially of the outlaw variety, and they started just taking in more people. You needed more mules to make things happen. Soundproof one percenter. It's one thing to explain your club, but just starting maybe a new club altogether, I think it's stupid. So what you're trying to say is it's one thing to expand your club, but just starting a new club altogether, I think, is stupid because there are plenty of clubs out there for all kinds of personalities. I think you're trying to say. Soundproof one percenter. We appreciate that donation, man, and we encourage more of you to do that. You're right. I have never started my own motorcycle club. I expanded something that other guys did 30 years before so I got to the club, it was 13 years old. So 13 years before I ever even got there, I took on somebody else's dream and made it part of my dream. So I kind of admire founders and guys who will get it started. You kind of share the feeling of, that's how Lavish T. Williams sees it. He sees it like you do. Like, there's plenty of clubs here. What do you want to start one for? I'm just of a little bit different mindset. I believe that when you stop growing, you start dying. And the motorcycle club set is dying. Like, man, the average guy on a motorcycle is 50 some years old. So that gives us 10 or 15 years left as clubs. And then what's going to happen? What's going to take over? If you want this thing to last forever or for another century, you got to let new clubs come in and flourish. And you got to understand they're not going to look like you look. So you say there's plenty of motorcycle clubs for plenty of personalities. There are no like e-bike motorcycle clubs that I know of, but these kids are buying e-bikes and stuff like that. And so we might need to let them come in with the craziness. I mean, is there a Grom motorcycle club? No, but there's a lot of kids out there on Groms. Maybe we need to let some of them come in with some Grom motorcycle clubs if you want the culture to continue to exist. Some people are like, if I can't have it, nobody can. I hope it dies with me. And if that's how you feel about it, that's absolutely understandable. But for me, I'm more of a live and let live kind of guy. I think you should have your motorcycle club and have fun with it. Lavish, there's a guy on here that I don't know how much of me you were listening to, because I don't know if you listen to me like you should be when it's just me talking. But in any event,
No, I had stepped away.
see, I knew you would say that. I knew you would say that, and I'm disappointed. This one guy says, Soundproof one percenter, it's one thing to expand your club, but just starting a new club altogether, I think, is stupid because there are plenty of clubs out there for all kinds of different personalities. And
Hey, that guy sounds like, hey, that guy sounds like me, man. Shout out
yes,
to that guy. He sounds like me, and I agree with what he's saying, man. It's you water the stuff down, man. You make it soft, you make it weak, man. Join something that's already there, that people already done put the footwork in, and just make it better. Help it grow. Everybody wants to do their own thing, which is cool. But then you get 50 people that want to do their own thing with 3 members of a club, and then y'all look like jokes and clowns. But that's just my opinion.
Yes, which I don't share. But I said, I was saying, but Lavish sees it your way. I already know that. I already know Lavish sees it exactly your way. And that's when you popped on. I don't see it that way. I think when you stop growing, you start dying. And I think the motorcycle club world is dying.
No, when you start, listen, let's use business, even though I know it's kind of probably shouldn't be the same logic, but it is. When you have, I want to use towing. When you have 20 tow trucks out here, you got 20 different guys out here making a decent living, towing cars. And then now when you pop up and you have 200 tow guys out here, you know, it's like it's oversaturated. It's oversaturated and it's weak and the product is not there. You
No,
know,
you don't get to determine as a tow truck driver that nobody else can come into the city and drive trucks.
you
That's
you
called
you absolutely right.
antitrust.
You
That's
don't
against
get
the
to,
law.
but it's like why start a business that's not going to be profitable? The business is to be profitable. And
Your
if you got
business will be profitable because you'll have a better service than everybody else out there.
No, because what
That's how
happens
you-
what happens is now you get these guys that's screwing up cars. So now when you go out there to tow a car, you have to get the backlash of some airhead idiot out here who just thought, hey, I had enough money to go buy a tow truck, and now I'm about to tow cars and don't have no knowledge or no clue, which is equivalent to not having no biker protocol knowledge or clue of what's going on, and they screw it up. That's my
Hey man,
opinion.
we got Invader Shaggy 1%er. What's up, Uncle Shaggy, man? Oh my goodness. Uncle Shaggy. And look here, we miss this guy. He is just, man, he came on to the MC podcast set about 3 years ago or something like that, and his show was so amazing. Unfortunately, because he's a 1%er, he wasn't allowed to keep his show up and running. But he actually spoke at the Proc, Lavish. So Uncle Shaggy, Invaders,
He
1%er.
spoke at the Proc this year?
No, a couple years ago he spoke at the Proc.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he's a great guy. Uncle Shaggy is sharp at the tongue, though. He'll cut your ass into pieces. I miss him. His show. I don't know if his page is still up, but he doesn't do shows anymore. But man, I really appreciate him. I got to speak to him for 2 hours a couple days ago about my book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. And as always, Uncle Shaggy's keeping my feet to the fire, man. Just listening to him talk. Did you mention this? Did you talk about this? Did you talk? So it's good to see you, man. Glad you're here on the show today, and thanks for tuning in. Obi Joe, lots of cosplay shit going on these days. Join an established club if you want to patch up. But Pixel said one of the reasons that these guys do start up their own clubs, there's no guarantee that they're going to get into an MC or even be accepted into an MC that they want. There's no guarantee of that. This might be my pest control guy. Hello?
Actually trying to find you.
Oh, hello, pest control guy. Listen, yeah, okay. So where did your thing send you?
Kind of by the Jiffy Lube, and then
Okay.
sent me back.
So I'm 2 over from the Jiffy Lube.
I guess
Do
he
you
got
see
little critters. Them
do you see the
dogs that he
furniture
got ain't
store?
doing their job.
Yeah, it's back of the furniture.
He got them animals
I'm
over
in the
there
back
that you
of the
still got to
furniture
pay
store,
a
building
pest
2.
control person. That's crazy.
Is
That's
that
insane.
is that where they're working on the cars back there?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes,
You got to
sir.
put that
I'll be
dog
right
food up
down
in
to
the
see you.
container.
All right, I'm pulling back there. Oh, building 2. I got you. I'm right in front of building 2.
I'll be right down. Yeah, man. Some rats were eating up my sewer hoses, and it took me a
Yeah,
long
I got a
time.
couple rats, but I'm trying to get rid of them. They're called hood rats. They they
That's not the,
they beginning to get a little expensive around here, man.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
I'm at another one of these apartment complex. I mean these office complexes, man. I'm gonna just chat with you tomorrow. Plus, you got the exterminators over there for your
Yeah, the
rat
dog's already here.
infestation
His
over
ass out
there.
there.
So
Yeah.
I will get with
Yeah.
y'all. Y'all good people, man. Y'all be good and safe out there. Take care.
Take care. I know he's out there. I know. Okay, so guys, I got to get out of here and get this rat situation. So I don't want those rats to eat up my effing RV, man. Hey, War Gorilla, that's something that you have to be careful of. If you got your RV parked anywhere near a field or something, you got to get some pest control on it because they will eat up your RV. They will eat it down. So one was eating up my sewer pipe. It took me a while to figure out exactly what was going on, but the dogs kept chasing the rats, and they were chasing them up, and it looked like they were going into the bottom of the RV. I don't know, but we're getting ready to get it figured out because that's something you can't afford. Hey, Foxy says good morning to you, Invader Shaggy. I got to get out of here, man. I got to go get this guy. He's at the front of my building. So listen, Shaggy says the reason these new clubs are popping up that I see are out bad guys. It's a cancer right now in our community. Yeah, Shaggy's always been on that one too. I should have cats. They'll get the job done. I had a cat. He was a wild cat, so I wasn't able to bring him over here when I moved to this office. I do need a cat. Hey, man, I have 3 cats. I don't worry about rats. Okay, that's it. I'm getting a cat. Hey, you guys take care. I'll check you guys out tomorrow. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Glad to see your 2 cents in the comment section below. Stay on that health, people. It's good to see everybody today. Thank you for tuning in and get skinny. Bro Black Dragon, greetings from Kenya. Hey, man, greetings to Kenya. We got people all over the world here, man. I'm not buying on an RV, Black Dragon. That's hardwire. Reread my message. You didn't send me I just looked. There's no message from you. I thought that was hardwire. There's no message. Okay, resend me the message, please. Please resend me the message because I don't see a message from hardwire. Black Dragon, from War Gorilla. Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. All right, that's it, man. Let me get down here to this dude. Thanks for tuning in and get skinny. Let me find the right button to get my ass out of here. Boom. Take care. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Get off me. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book. Get off me. Get off me. Get your big ass off me.
First book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle
Come on,
club.
Man.
It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
Sure.
It's definitely a big issue for you too. But I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute. What's up, Mama Ro? I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute and what our responsibilities are and what we need to think about. Because if you don't really know what's going on the set, you can find yourself in kind of a precarious predicament if you make the wrong kind